What's up, y'all? It's Daniel the Shoemmelier, and today we have a very special review and unboxing. The good people at Adidas and WOODstack New York sent me their latest collaboration, the Blood, Sweat, and Tears Adidas Adistar Control 5. Now, before we get to the shoe, they sent me this nice little box that had some paraphernalia in it. Welcome to WOODstack. Talks a little bit about the shoe. As they say, we'd like to introduce you to the newest member of the WOODstack family, the WOODstack and Adidas Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Born in Brooklyn and made by hard work, this shoe is inspired by the grit and tenacity of what makes New York City move. People just like you. That's right, people like me in Austin, Texas. When you wear these, remember that you are the fabric of this city, shaping a legacy with every step. Thank you for being a part of our story. Hashtag keep stacking, which is awesome. They also sent me a nice handwritten note from Brooklyn to Texas. Much love, WOODstack. Established 2011, and that was WOODstack, not WOODslack. But I can be forgiven because they spelled my name wrong. Daniel is the correct. But regardless, I said WOODslack, you said Daniil. We're even. Now, this shoe comes in a standard black Adidas Originals box, ? It just says Adidas, but I do believe that this is an Originals, but I could be mistaken. They sent me the man's size 9, which is my normal true to size, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Now, when you open the box, you find that you get this shoe. Look at this. This is what a great looking shoe. It's got some color combinations that I wouldn't have thought to put together. But when you put it together, you can see just how awesome this shoe is. Now, I did a short little review when I got the shoe initially in. It's a short, it's a reel, whatever. But if you look at the shoe, you have this burgundy mesh along the upper that is meant to represent the sacrifice that it takes to achieve your dream. It has silver on here that you can kind of see on here is behind the blue. You have some silver that represents the gates that you find on the outside of shops in New York City. You close the gates and there you have. And then you have this light blue that sits on that silver that you can find around the shoe that represents tears, but not tears of sadness, tears of joy from working for and accomplishing your dream. So this Blood, Sweat, and Tears Adistar Control 5, again, meant to represent the blood, sweat, and tears that it takes to work for and achieve your dreams. Now, when it comes to fit, I'm normally a size 9.25, but that shoe size does not exist. So depending on the silhouette, depending on the brand, depending on a lot of factors, I either get a size 9, hope that fits. If not, I remove the insole, or I go up to a 9.5, hope that fits, or put in a third-party insole, or maybe a thicker sock. Again, I was sent a size 9 in this shoe, and upon putting it on without relacing it at first, it felt a little bit tight. Now, I like to have a little bit of wiggle room in the toe box and don't like a lot of lockdown in the midfoot. So I'm not prepared to say that I should have gone up to a 9.5 in this, but I will say that with looser lacing, it probably fits a little bit better. And as I go through the shoe right now, I do not believe you can remove the insole. So maybe the 9.5 would be the way to go, especially at the end of the day after your feet have swollen and you were to your largest size of your feet. But regardless, I would say maybe true to size would be fine, but you could go up half the size, and I think you might be okay if you like a little bit more wiggle room in your shoe. And when it comes to comfort, this is not squishy and bouncy like Boost or Zoom. It's not like that, but it's definitely not hard like a rubber outsole of old. It has some nice response to it. It's got that, it says Adiwear on the bottom of the shoe, but I think it's like an Adiprene. It's got that standard Adidas cushioning that is not Boost, as we know. But it doesn't have a lot of bounce to it. It does have some give. It's not hard. I would say it's slightly firm. That's the best way I could use to describe the fit and feel of this shoe. So if you like that feel, if you like the way that reacts to your feet and the floor and the field and the concrete and whatever, that's great. This should work well for you. Now, as we mentioned, this is an Adistar Control 5, and if you are a fan of follower of the three stripes, then you are very well aware that Adidas has been pushing the Adistar Control 5 throughout this year and probably will continue to do so as we go into 2026. We have the mesh, and the kids are calling it the Y2K aesthetic, and you can see it all across Adidas and other brands, how they're really leaning into that aesthetic. So I imagine we're going to see that for some time, especially when you look at other silhouettes in the Adidas family, like the Jellyfish or the Takedown model that is coming out early 26, though a few have already released as well. But you can see the DNA of this shoe in the Jellyfish. You can see this in a lot of the other mesh runners that you see coming out from Adidas and other brands. I would be interested, and maybe there's someone out there who's a fan, who watches, who can give me a little history of where the Jellyfish is being pulled from in silhouettes. Maybe it is the Adistar Control 5. Maybe it is other ones. Maybe it's the XLG Metawave. Maybe it's the ADIOS, the Adios, or the Audio. Now I get it. But anyway, you can see the design language that is carried through a lot of what the shoes are coming out now through Adidas. It's got some really, really cool, there we go, little design elements there on the medial side of the back shoe. Pro Moderator, it says. You can see it has the torsion system in pink right here on the middle of the shoe, and kind of has like a red webbing right there on the inside. As well, on the other side, you can get a little bit of that pink here on the mudguard on the toe box. That's really fun. And then on the back of the shoe, I have to take my glasses off because I'm old. You have 4Motion and 01 on the middle and sort of the top of the shoe. Now this shoe, the left shoe, says keep. And if you pull out the right shoe, you will see that it says WOODstack New York. Oh, look at that. That looks nice. And then you have 360 on the other shoe. 01, 360. Yeah, these are great looking shoes. I love the design language that we've been seeing out of the three stripes this year, especially as they are leaning towards some of these older models, if you will. We had the unheard of Piggy runners, and those were fantastic. And I don't know how early those came out in the year, but I really feel like they were pretty early. And we've kind of seen that float through what Adidas has been putting out this year. But I really, really love these shoes. I think they are a great silhouette. They perfectly match the Y2K aesthetic that Adidas has been pushing, but also has a very current, very modern edition design language to keep it current. And I guess if it's a competition, to keep them in competition with other brands who are following that same language and design aesthetic. Now, in addition to the shoes, which I am so grateful, again, shout out to Adidas and to WOODstack, they sent me two other things. Number one, this really smart looking pen. I love pens. I'm not a pen collector, but I do love a good pen. I use them to write, as one does, and I can't get it in focus because it thinks my face is the focus. Well, it's a pen, and it's wood. Well, at least it feels like it's wood, and it says, it's all wood. Get it? I think that's funny. Maybe if I cover my face. Will it do it if I cover my face? Don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Regardless, it's a good pen. Got some good clicking. If you're into ASMR. It's all wood. Good pen. Good pen. Shout out to WOODstack. And then they sent me this really awesome book. See if we can get it there to say WOODstack. And it's kind of like a little bit of the story and the history of WOODstack. How, their first store starting out up in NYC, and then it has pictures and tells a little bit about it. It shows the map. Like, it's really smart. I'm not a New Yorker. I've been there a few times. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's great. It gives you the timeline of where we started from at WOODstack. Look at that. Going all along to 2025. Yeah, some really cool stuff. I am not sure if this book is available for purchase in the WOODstack store, or if I'm just, super cool and they gave it to me and other people. Hopefully you can get your hands on it. It's super nice. After this recording, this book will live in the back. I'm super excited about it. Yeah, it talks about all of their stores that they have, and not to get too much into the weeds here, but I just love this. I love these photos. I'll let you determine why. Good photos. Good representation. Yeah, these are nice. These are super cool. Look at that steel drum. Y'all know that I play music. That steel drum, that's awesome. So anyway, WOODstack, shout out to WOODstack. Now, you notice that when I'm talking about the shoe and I'm holding the shoe, that it has the burgundy laces on it. But on the on footage that you already saw, you saw that I had these blue laces on because I like the way these laces look because they pop and lock, matching the other color that you find on the shoe. But it does come with a third set of laces, a second set of alternate laces, red, that matches the inner lining, the inside of the shoe, as well as this red right here that whips around and goes around the bottom of the shoe. It's really, really smart. I really like it. I'm not the type to put multiple laces on a shoe, but if I were, I might do, can you imagine? I can't, but you do a little red at the top and then blue on the middle and then maroon on the bottom. That might be too much, but wouldn't that be cool? You let me know in the comment section down below. Which ones do you like the best? The red, the maroon, the burgundy, pardon me, or the baby blue? I'm going with blue. I like it. What can I say? So there you go. It is the WOODstack New York in adidas Adistar Control 5 Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Now, as I mentioned on my video a few days ago, there were 3 pairs of this shoe in a size 11.5 available on their website. I don't know if they still are available. I don't wear an 11.5, but you can find the shoe on your favorite resale site. I don't know how much more it is, but it's definitely more than retail, which I believe was 120 US American dollars. This shoe did release on December 17th. This came in last week, so Merry Christmas to me. Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this silhouette, this collaboration, this colorway, the storyline. I like it. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, yeah, this is going to be really, really cool because I know it's burgundy, but it's close enough to maroon. It's darker than maroon, and I have a lot of maroon. 2 of the 3 universities that I attended, maroon is in their school colors. Central Michigan University and Texas State University. And the local HBCU, Houston-Tillotson University, Austin's first institution of higher learning, the collaboration of Houston College and Tillotson, and they came together and formed Houston-Tillotson. Their colors are maroon, and if you know me and my affiliation with the group of sneaker folk around here, then you know why that is important as well. And then blue is my power color. Navy blue is my power color, but baby blue, I love baby blue. You can see the aesthetic. I like blue. Blue is just so nice. And red's my wife's favorite color. That's her power color. So you know what? This shoe was, in a lot of ways, I feel like this shoe was meant for me. Blood, sweat, and tears for me. So awesome. I love the shoe. Last time, thank you so much to Adidas and WOODstack New York. Check out this shoe. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And to all of you out there, wherever you are, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and just chill. Till the next episode.